Hey guys, so it's all over the internet that Jaguar and Regina Gold had a falling out. Don't know how true it is, but she's not in the car with her, okay? Word on the street is Regina Gold is now living with Genesis. Not a surprise to me because she and Genesis seem to be getting along from the few videos they put out there. She's very happy over there. And I would imagine coming from Jaguar's place to Genesis' place, that is more stable. It's a home. It's got people there who are truly a family. I would imagine it's a huge difference. So if Legina is over there, I know she's happier. But even Legina saw the writing on the wall, folks. Even Legina said, you know what? I got to bounce. This is getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Legina, when that woman planted that kiss on your right cheek in that bar, Regina knew she was coming for the kill, honey. Jaguar was on the prowl, okay? She saw some young meat in her house. This is all alleged. Jaguar said it's time for you to give up that ass, okay? I'm coming after you. Let me give you a kiss. That's your first introduction. So Regina said, I got a bunk. So if she's over at Genesis' house, I'm not surprised because it's a more stable environment. Plus, Jaguar's in her car again. Look like if wherever she is, whatever house she's at, don't have no type of lights. Because the few videos she did, videotaped at night, there were no lights at all in the house. No lights, honey. Wherever she is, I don't know if she's squatting, I don't know if she's renting, I don't know if it's a hotel. When her mama broke through the door and her mama wanted to use the bathroom and she cussed at her mama, it was darkness. So I don't know where she is. But wherever she is, looks like if there's not proper lighting or no light at all alleged. But what I wanted to talk about is this new video that Jaguar put out. And Jaguar said, honey, you need to come home. I'm in front of the Veterans Meeting Hall. That's the message she's sending Goomba. She says, I'm right here, honey, like if Goomba is going to know, come and meet her there. And two of the guys are coming after you to get you, to bring you back to me for safety. I said, I've heard it all. Is that what they do? When a man leaves a woman, they go round them up like if they're horses. You know, when you round up the horses, you corral them and then you put them in their stall. That's what this is. You know, these guys are supposedly going to go get Goomba. Really? I've never heard anything like it. Jaguar really needs a straight jacket. Now she's going to send Goomba's veteran brothers to go capture him and bring him back to her. I guess by all means necessary, honey. Drop your comments in the comment section if you've heard of such a thing, okay? Because Jaguar said, honey, it's been reported the cops are coming after you and you got a gun. It's already been registered that you got a gun. It's in the report. And so when they come in, you are a black male. So they come in with guns blazing, honey. And oh my goodness, what are we going to do, Goomba? You need to contact me. I can't get in contact with you. Anybody out there who has his number, please let him know that he needs to call me because we got to put him under protection, honey. You need to be under protection. You need to come back to me. I said, my God, this has gone too far. Jaguar has lost her mind. How are you going to send people after your husband who has left you, who clearly don't want anything to do with you, who has washed his hands? And then she said, oh, and as for that Nikki, she said that Goomba has been with her for 3 days now since she took him back. And that's not true. Goomba have not been over there because I got it from a good source that he's with his mom. I said, oh my God, so you calling all over looking for this man? Like you hunting him? This is like a fatal attraction. You becoming a stalker. You're a stalker at this point. Goomba, I hope you take out some type of restraining order because this woman is riding around looking for you, honey. And she got them veterans now looking for you. You need to fill out a police report. And you need to get yourself protected from this woman because she's coming for the juggler, okay? You don't want to come back. She's going to drag you like a hog back to the barn, okay? But enough of me talking. Here is what Miss Jaguar Wright have to say, honey. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
I've left some messages online. My husband has changed his phone number. I've been blocked.
Jaguar girl, you sound so pathetic. You sound like if you need a friend. It is a Sabbath, okay? It is Jaguar's holy day. Tell me, why is this woman sitting in a car planning the demise of her husband when she should be in the temple giving reverence to God?
It's Shabbos. I've left some messages online. My husband has changed his phone number. I've been blocked from all his social media for weeks now. And the phone number, of course, that's new. It's so interesting. Everyone was so hot to jump all over the voice messages that I left for my husband. Me warning him, letting him know that he's in danger, that anyone he's around is in danger. He knows this to be true, which is why I called him a selfish on more than one occasions and told him he wasn't worth a bullet, because he knew the trouble he was bringing to that girl's door when he showed up.
He wasn't bringing any trouble to Nikki. If Jaguar had allowed them to live their best lives, they would have been good. But Jaguar wants to put a wrench in it because she can't have him. Nobody else can have him.
You know, he knew exactly how dangerous it was. That's how I know he don't give no fuck about her. Just like I know they weren't having sex because she works for his mother, which is the last good intel that I had on my husband. He's at mother's house, which is funny because Nikki's been running around the internet telling everybody that he came back, and then she threw him back out, and then he came back, and then she threw him back out, but she lied because I spoke to his spiritual advisor with the Hebrew Israelites, and he's been in contact with him.
You see, there lies the problem. Goomba is talking too much. Goomba got to realize Jaguar is trying to hunt him down. She's talking to everybody trying to get information. And she went to the spiritual advisor, in her words, that's what she said. And the spiritual advisor is not going to lie to her. Spiritual advisor is going to tell her the truth, and she knows this. That's why she went to the spiritual advisor. Goomba, you got to stop running your mouth, even to the spiritual advisor. Don't say a word where you are. And if he's at his mama's house, that's a good place for him to be, because we know Jaguar is not allowed there. She can't even call him. She can't even call the mama. So Jaguar now wants to flush him out. She figured, okay, he's at the mama's house. I can't get to him when he's there. The mama and the father is going to protect him. I can't even go to the house. I can't call these people. So let me let the brothers, his veteran brothers, go get him. And they're going to drag his behind out of that house and bring him back to me. Guess what, girl? You can drag him all you want to drag him. He ain't going to stay with you. And you figure you're going to put him in jail so you can come visit and see his face, and you can have him all to yourself while he's sitting there in jail. Guess what? He don't have to see you, not even in jail. Because when you go there to visit, he don't have to come out the cell. How about that? And for damn sure, he don't have to pick up your calls in jail. And he ain't going to be calling you, so try to put him in jail and see what happens. You still ain't going to have access to him. You're going to hear his voice, and you're going to even see his face. And that's going to drive Jaguar crazy, because she's going to figure, okay, I know where he is, but I still can't see him or hear from him. Right now, she don't know exactly where he's at. And it's driving her bananas. And I'm telling you guys, I don't know. Some of you women are something else. You go dragging men back. Like if it's a cave days with people with clubs going and drag, you know how them Neanderthal men used to drag the women by the hair. That's what Jaguar is doing with Goomba. She's sending these men out to drag him back by the hair with big clubs in their hands. I said, girl, you desperate. You are so desperate to have this man back. He must have some good. or is it the check? It's either his Peter Wiener is good, or on the other hand, you want that $1,900 check. This is all alleged, but which is it, girl? You can tell me. I'll hold your secrets for you, okay? You can whisper it in my ear. Okay. Is it a check? Yeah, it's a check. $1,800. That's what you want? You want to put him in jail so you can have access to that money? Because your money is not going a long way? Okay. I'll hold your secret. This is all alleged. Yeah, guys, so that's my conclusion. Jaguar wants Gerald back so she can make sure he gets arrested. She wants to know where he's at so she can sell the cops there to get him arrested so she can have access to his money. Allegedly. But the thing is, if he's put in jail, she don't have access to his money. Only if he's on alive. So this is all alleged, but that's what I see. I see her trying allegedly to get him on alive because she already said that it's been documented, it's down there at the police department that he is armed and dangerous. So if they come, they're coming with guns drawn. And guys, you got to always bear in mind, with this particular saga, Jaguar is the one who's supposedly filing a report on Goomba. Nobody else. She's the one who's making this all happen. If this man gets arrested, she would be the one filing the complaint. If the insurance company goes after him, she's the one who's the catalyst. If he goes to jail, she's the one who's going to be testifying against him. If he gets on alive, she's the one who has set it up for him to get on alive because she already, in her words, told the police department that he is armed and dangerous. So to hear her on her live telling folks, if you know where he is, call me and let me know. I'm so scared for him. Honestly, I'm scared for Goomba. And I hope he's realizing the seriousness of it. I think he should go to the police department and put a report in and report that his wife is trying to unalive him. And let them listen to all the recordings. And they themselves will, sift through everything and decipher exactly what's going on and whether or not to pick her up. Because to me, it's a threat. It's a direct threat. This is what you call terroristic threats. And they're going to actually have some type of charge on you for that. Because you're not supposed to be going around threatening people to unalive them, setting them up, telling the police department that you got a gun so they can come with guns blazing. She got a gun too. In her own words, she got a gun. And the gun, she said, the police department confiscated it. How would she like if somebody was to report her and said she's armed and dangerous whenever she gets her gun back? It's just crazy. This story, I'm telling you. Jaguar, right? We just want you to go away at this point. Can you please go away? Can you just go somewhere and zip your lips so we don't have to hear from you for a good year?
Because I spoke to his spiritual advisor with the Hebrew Israelites, and he's been in contact with him. And he said he's been in his mama house. So then I went on Twitch because I've been avoiding all of his shenanigans because it's too painful to watch sometimes.
What shenanigans is she talking about? She's the one who has been acting a fool, not Goomba. We haven't seen Goomba at no police department calling and threatening the cops and threatening everybody and making himself a nuisance and being barred from ever going on a plane. She's blocked from even flying. Can you imagine this foolishness? And this woman said, Goomba is the one who has been acting a fool. I'm telling you, this woman is dangerous. But I'm telling you something, folks. Sometimes you don't know how dangerous a person is until you remove yourself from that situation, remove yourself from the relationship. And when you are on the outside looking in, like Goomba is right now, I'm sure now he is reflecting on how dangerous his wife truly is and how mentally disturbed she actually is.
So I go on Twitch and I jump in his chat, but I look at his videos and he ain't been on there in 3 days, which was when Nikki kicked him out. If he had went back to Nikki's house, he would have been back on Twitch by now because he's addicted to the fucking Call of Duty bullshit ass game. People talk about his therapy and all of that shit. All it does is take a veteran who's fucked up in the head as my husband, and it puts them back in war, which makes them relive the shell shock. all over again, which is why he's blowing up my car, which is why he's doing all of this crazy shit, which is why he's afraid to come back home, because the truth is, compared to me, my husband is the pussy in our relationship. Make no mistake about that. When it comes time for that heat, I'm first up. He's behind me. Make you no mistake about that. I never wanted my husband to look like a pussy, so I always tried to let him look like he was the man. He hasn't been protecting me all this time. I've been protecting him. He's so fucking weak and fragile. It's sad. He's strong in the body, but he ain't strong in mind. And his mom made him that way. So he been held up at his motherfucking abuser's house, at his mother's house now for the past 3 days. And Dirty Nikki been lying to y'all, talking about he came back and forth and he came back and forth to get sympathy and cash apps out of y'all. He ain't been back to our house since she threw his ass out the first time. He didn't change his phone number because Nikki told him to. He changed his phone number because of the scary messages they've been getting. Now this bitch Nikki been running around telling everybody that I've been calling the phone, breathing heavy and saying I just wanted to hear your voice and yada yada yada. It ain't me, bitch. I never had your phone number. When you tried to step back up on the scene 3 motherfucking years ago when I told your ass to beat it and kick rocks back then, I made him erase your phone number, but you've been in touch with his mom, so that's how y'all got back in touch. This shit is all lies, it's all scam, and the truth is, my husband is the biggest victim I've ever worked with in my life.
Yes, Jaguar, right. He's your victim because you're the one who's pressing charges against this man when both of you are in the same house sharing the same information. So I'm wondering how come he acting independently, allegedly.
His mother's a rapist and his parents are con artists. I believe they're involved in money laundering. I believe that they've been laundering money for Bobby's barbershop for years now.
Oh my God. Another accusation, Jaguar? When will it stop? You got these people doing everything under the sun. Now you got them with money laundering, with Bobby's barbershop. Girl, I'm telling you, when these people come after you, you're going to be doing time for a long time. Okay, you're going to be in jail for a while because I think that's the safest place right now for Jaguar. So now she's accusing Goomba's mother and father of money laundering. My Lord, I thought I heard it all. I thought the accusations will stop. But now she is pushing it further. She's got Bobby involved. Let me tell you something. She knows who to try that crap with. Because if it was me, honey, I would slap so many charges on her. She would have whiplash.
Which is why they asked him to hire their son. And I also believe that they have some experience in sex trafficking.
Dear God. Jaguar, stop with the lies. Okay, we all know you lying. But your mouth is going to get you in trouble. How are you going to accuse these people who run a church of sex trafficking? Your mouth is going to put you in jail. Have you ever heard of that saying? Loose lips sink ships. Well, yours is about to be sunk, okay? Your ship is going down because you ain't got no type of control over your mouth. Now, how are you going to accuse these people of sex trafficking?
And I also believe that they have some experience in sex trafficking.
Okay. Name one person they have sex trafficked. I'll wait. I'm waiting. I'm telling you, the foolishness have got to stop. It really has got to stop because it's coming to a head now. I see it's coming to a head. I don't know how it's going to end, but it's not going to be a good ending. I know that for sure.
There's a story I got to tell, but I can't tell it right now because I have to talk to my husband first privately.
Are you for real, lady? Do you really think Goomba wants to be with you alone in any kind of setting? Even if you go to McDonald's and meet with him in McDonald's, you think he wants to do that? So you can unalive him? This is all alleged.
He off the grid. Don't nobody. They're coming to arrest him. My husband is facing 5 felony charges in 2 different states, and neither one of them are easy.
Well, who filed those charges? I wonder. Miss Jaguar Wright, did you file those charges against your husband, honey?
Louisiana and Arizona are not easy. If you make it before the judge, you're fucked. My husband is also listed as armed and dangerous. He's been on camera with guns, talking about he keep one in the chamber, flipping the safety and all of this. When they come to arrest him, if they see a gun on him.
So Jaguar is now losing it. She's pressing the horn, and I don't know why she's so upset. She's the one who filed charges against her own husband for allegedly blowing up her car. On the day that the car was blown up, the ashes for her son was out of the car. Oh, that's kind of coincidental. The ashes are always kept in the car except for this one day that the car was being blown up. I wonder who took those ashes out of the car. And if it was Jaguar, this is all alleged, if it was Jaguar, then she would be listed as a co-conspirator.
My husband is an African American United States Army veteran who served his country in Iraqi freedom second wave. He's been on camera acting like a nut for weeks, stupid bitch, hustling cash apps and stealing from me.
Well, the pot calling the kettle black, hustling cash apps, which Jaguar does often, and stealing from other people, like the Sav, and taking Legina Gold's cash app money, that's $7,000. Allegedly. You cannot condemn a person for doing something that you are doing.
He didn't want to do any of that. He was put up to it. And I know about who? Your mom.
She must dream about this woman, Charlotte. She must dream about Goomba's mother, Charlotte, because let me tell you, as much as she talk about this woman, when you talk about somebody to this extent, you have dreams about them.
She pulling all the fucking strings. Charlotte. Got me cussing on the side. Fuck you, Charlotte.
I'm telling you, Jaguar, I'm scared for you, honey. You got a lot of demons in you. You cussing on the Sabbath, and you're not remorseful for nothing. You're taking accountability for nothing. Girl, when that karma comes around and hit you in the butt, honey, you're going to yell and scream, but there's going to be nobody to help you because you came after everybody. You have no friends out there, not even Tokyo Tony.
Let my husband go.
No, Jaguar. You let Goomba go. Guys, you know what's coming, right? You know what I'm going to be playing next, right? Run, Goomba, run.
Because he wants Nikki is booked. She going to flip on you, Charlotte. And she's going to admit that you're the mastermind behind all of this.
Now remind me, why is Nikki going to jail again? Nikki haven't committed any crime, as far as I know. She didn't help blow up no car, this alleged blow up, because we don't even know if it's true or not. So why would she be going to jail? Tell me more. Tell me more, Miss Jaguar Wright. Tell me more.
And while you're booked for orchestrating the conspiracy of my sex tape being released,
it's already been determined that Nikki did not release a sex tape. Nikki went to the police department. They already combed through whatever social media that they needed to comb through to see if there was a sex tape. There's none, according to Nikki. The only thing Nikki released was a photograph and everything was covered. The penis was covered. All that everybody saw was Jaguar's cheek sunk in. That was it. A photograph. Jaguar, however, is the one who released sex audios last night. I believe it was 3 sex audios, very pornographic, last night, with her oohing and eyeing and talking about baby this and baby that and make me, and I love you and take me there and take me to the mountaintop. That's all I got to say. That's about it. Because it was so explicit that even I was blushing, okay? I thought I was a virgin all over again. That's how much this video of this pornography that she put out, because that's all I can call it, is pornography, because this is something you would see in them XXX movies. You would hear that kind of stuff. That's what she put on the internet. And I'm surprised she didn't get flagged for that. I'm surprised it went through without YouTube flagging her.
That's when I'm going to go and start digging into all of my records, because I know I done seen your name on a ledger or two. You're a sex trafficking piece of shit, and that's why you had no problem with raping your own child.
You see, that's defamation. If it's not true, I don't understand why Goomba's parents are so silent. Sometimes you got to confront your bully. You can't let them continue to go on with the narrative, because then if you don't confront them, people begin to believe it. It doesn't matter if it's a lie or not. If you do not correct the lie, oftentimes people believe it and they repeat it. So to everyone out there in YouTube land, if you got a bully in your life, you got to confront that person. When it first starts, of course, we look the other way. We turn the other cheek. We don't do anything. We said, you know what? I'm going to take the higher ground, like Michelle Obama said. But you know what? According to Candy Barris, sometimes when they go low, you got to go lower, okay? You got to confront your bullies sometimes, people. Don't let them say and do any old thing to you and you just sitting back and being a doormat. In Goomba's case, he's got to stand up to this woman. He can't keep running. He's a man. He's a black king, all right? He's a black king. He's a warrior, okay? He's a warrior.
Let my husband go. Hashtag free Goomba. Hashtag find Goomba.
I'm telling anybody out there who go looking for Goomba and round him up and drag him back to Jaguar, I'm going to come out there and kick your ass myself. I'm going to try my best. You may get the best of me and beat me, but listen, I'm going to go down fighting. I'm going to kick your ass. You go and retrieve Goomba and put him in harm's way. Put him back with this woman, even for a second, and I'm coming after you.
I'm going to show y'all where I'm at.
So at this point, she shows us the veteran hangout spot. She's sitting in front of the veteran building. She's about to go in there, and she's about to, I guess, round up the guys to go look for her husband. Now, I hope they're smart enough not to take her up on her offer, because guess what? They go looking for Goomba, and they heard Goomba, their butts are going in jail, because that would be an illegal roundup. You know, in some states, you can go after people. Bounty hunters, they are paid to go after people. That's what they call. But guess what? To be a bounty hunter, you got to be licensed. Are these guys licensed? I hope none of them is stupid enough to go after Goomba without a license to round him up. Where they do that at? Don't let me pull out my Ebonics. Because you know when I get good and mad, I only speak Ebonics, okay? And right now, I might break into some Ebonics because I'm really pissed off with Jaguar's actions. I thought it couldn't get any worse, but honey, I was wrong.
This is where we met. This is where we met. And they're in there having a meeting right now, and I'm about to go meet with my husband's veteran brothers in arms.
So she haven't met up with them yet. And when she does, I'm hoping they're going to laugh her out of that place. Or tell her, you got to go to the police department to report that. We can't go drag any man back to his wife. We don't have that authority.
To see if we can find them so they can pick him up. When the police come to my husband, he will not surrender. If they see a gun in his waistband, they will shoot first because he's listed as armed and dangerous.
And who made it possible? Yes. Miss Jaguar right. Listed her husband as armed and dangerous. So if he gets unalive, it's going to be her own doing.
And they have evidence of his mania. If anybody sees my husband, please tell him to call me immediately. Tell him I'm with the veterans right now. We're going to do everything we can do to protect him.
I cannot believe the level of this mental illness that Jaguar is going through. She's really going through it. In a way, I feel sorry for her because she does not see how sick she is. She really doesn't. And I know if I was in her shoe, I would want someone caring enough about me, loving me enough to put me in a place where I do not hurt myself or somebody else. And right now, apparently Jaguar don't have anyone like that in her camp because she is about to hurt her husband by sending these cops after him and threatening that he might go down in the process because she did report that he is armed and dangerous. And to me, she has now become a danger to the community. So it's time that the authorities pick her up and put her in a mental institution.
I talked to a so-called friend, Mike Rose, who said, oh, by the way, honey, Mike Rose said he don't know what happens to you. He got 9 kids. He trying to get married, and you're a liar. And if you get yourself killed, that's what your best friend, Mike Rose, just said about you.
What else would Mike Rose have to say except exactly what he said? Because he don't want Jaguar coming after him. You got to say he don't care. Because Jaguar would then start hunting him if she knows that he cares about Goomba. Because everybody who cares about Goomba, she got to destroy, like Bobby, allegedly. Goomba's mom, dad, her cousins, anybody who have an ounce of love for Goomba, she's going to come after and try to destroy. So everybody knows that now. When she comes after them and say, well, my husband this, my husband that, and she's talking about him, they agree. And they go along with it because they know if they don't, the ramifications and the consequences. Jaguar, you can call, I'm afraid, you can call Jesus Christ himself. And he going to tell you, Jaguar, Goomba ain't coming home.
When are you going to realize you don't have any friends, baby?
Oh, he has friends. Jaguar worked on him for 4 years, worked on all his friends, worked on him for 4 years to make sure he don't have no friends. But he got friends. That's why he ain't at your house right now, Jaguar. He got friends that he can go to. And if he can't go to friends, he can go to his mama's house. Because when it's all said and done, if nobody got your back, your mom and your dad is going to have your back. They're going to forgive you. They might be mad and salty about the stuff that he said, but they're going to forgive him and take him in. So he got places to go, and he got friends. This woman is trying to take everything from Goomba, even his best friend, the one who's getting married. She's trying to destroy that relationship, destroy that friendship. Jaguar, you are an evil woman. Very, very evil.
When are you going to realize you don't have a family, you have handlers? When are you going to realize that the only family you got is what I brought into your life?
No, honey. Goomba had a family before you. You're going to have a family after you. And that's the thing that's killing Jaguar. To know that Goomba have people out there who loves him.
You keep repping all these people that don't get about you. Now I don't blame that on you. I blame that on your mama. I gotta find my husband before the police find him. He has to surrender peacefully. Peacefully. If you ever gave no fuck about me or my husband, you'll help me track him down. Because they're coming to get him. Charlotte, every awful thing that you planned for me is about to be visited upon you. You and your evil mother.
And that's a new one. She's cussing Goomba's grandmother now. All right, that's a new low.
Gerald Lahoskin Johnson Jr., my husband. You need to call me.
Folks, this is really scary. I wish somebody who knows Jaguar can take this tape to the police department because she's making a lot of threats. And a lot of times when people repeat threats, you have to take them seriously. What is it going to take for action to happen for this woman to be taken in and put in a safe place where she does not hurt others, in this case, Goomba, because that's who she has set her eyes on to hurt.
Because they're coming to get him. Charlotte, every awful thing that you planned for me is about to be visited upon you. You and your evil mother.
YouTubers, this has really gone too far. And apparently Goomba don't know what to do. Maybe somebody out there can advise him. You know, some of the folks, the internet folks that he talks to, and he's always on their platform, maybe they can advise him what to do. The safest thing that he can do is go to the police department and put out a restraining order. YouTubers, drop your comments. This is the craziest video. I tell you, when I think it's safe to get in the water, here comes Jaws.
You're going to have to go to jail for blowing up the car, but I'll do everything that I can for you. outside of that, call me.
Run, Goomba, run!
Hashtag free Goomba. Hashtag find Goomba. He ain't been at Nikki's house in over 3 days. And if he's not at his mama's, I don't know where he is. And he told his so-called friend, his so-called brother Mike from Men Working with Boys, that he was running off with some bitch that he met in a goddamn chat room to Arkansas.
Can you really blame him, Jaguar? Really? Can you blame him? Hell, he'd run with anybody. He'd even run with the wolves at this point, okay? Just to get away from your behind.
The further they have to go to look for you, the rougher they're going to come. You're a black veteran who's listed as armed and dangerous, who was sitting on that blue couch playing with your gun, dummy.
That's one way of getting back your husband, by calling him a dummy.
Come home.
Run, Goomba, run!
Or come to the VFW. Report in for duty, soldier.
Oh my goodness. I think at this point somebody needs to call the mental health authorities to go pick Jaguar up. Because I'm afraid for Goomba. I think she's going to unalive him. She's going to try to get them veterans to unalive him or the cops. I'm really afraid for him at this point. This is all alleged. YouTubers, if you know anyone who is going through mental illness, please reach out and get them help, because we see what it can become. YouTubers, I'm over and out. This is the time you hit that subscribe button before leaving the page, because you know you're going to be back. You know you're going to be back. Hit the subscribe button. Support my page. It's the least you can do for your girl. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.